Well, this is how my night started off. We had some bucks next to just east of me. We finally get one out on the field. Of course, it's doe season, so we have no reason to shoot him. But we get a lone buck out here at first. So having that lone buck out here, I look down in front of me and I've got 3 yearling does right here. Well, they obviously get downwind from me. She kind of smells me. Now another buck has entered the field. This is not the same buck, or this is the buck we were looking at, but yet we have another buck over here to the left. And as you can see, the does smelled me. They took off. They were just yearling. They weren't very large does. And this buck goes with them. And as you'll see, they will go ahead and exit the field. But the buck to the left stays here. And here they go exiting the field. But for some reason this other buck stays here. The one buck that stayed in the field comes clear up to the stand and actually goes a little east of the stand. He comes within 10 yards of me. He finally notices that I'm in this blind and he takes off running, and then what happens next really kind of amazed me. This buck comes running in from out of the field. The other buck just exited. I just scared him off. In comes this buck running into the field. So we're getting close to, we're down to about 10 to 15 minutes of daylight before we can shoot a deer. And all I've seen so far were 3 little yearlings and then just mainly bucks. But as you can see, he comes straight in to the field. Finally, we have a lone doe come in. She came from the west and she comes walking in on our field. We still have the one buck out to the east of us. She comes in and gets on our food pile. But of course, she stands there and never gives me a broadside shot. So, not wanting to shoot a deer wrong, I just let her eat, hoping that she'll eventually go broadside. Okay, so she's still out there on the food plot and still hadn't gone broadside. In comes that buck that was to her east. And he decides he's going to start eating on the food pile. Of course, he kind of runs her off. She kind of goes around him and runs off and starts walking away. I'm shooting an open-sighted gun here. We're looking at a distance of 100 to 120 yards here. I don't know exactly. I don't have my binoculars. And as you'll see, I will go back to the deer on the pile to make sure that that is the buck. Now it's starting to get dark. My camera's not doing real well in the darkness. So you're going to see a little bit of fuzziness for a little bit, but I'm making sure that now that I'm trying to look and see if this is still the buck and then that other one is the doe. I just don't want to shoot the wrong thing in the wrong season and get in trouble. So now that I confirmed that it is the buck, we're going to focus in on this doe. She just kind of keeps walking and walking. And I really hate to take a moving shot because they move so much. So finally we get her to stop and she's eating. And we're going to go ahead and zone in on her. I click off my safety and she kind of hears, you'll see her look back toward me. And then I go ahead and take my shot. And as I say, I'm sorry for the camera, but you can clearly see the doe went down. You can see the smoke behind. So that was my evening of deer hunting.